Let's see how we can map multicast addresses to IPv4 multicast address. So mapping IPv4 multicast address to multicast MAC. To do that, we have several steps. So example number 1, 225.123. We need to find the MAC address for this multicast destination group. We have several steps to follow. Step number 1, convert the IP address to binary. Note that the first 4 bits are always 110 for any given multicast address. Then step number 2, replace the first 4 bits of the IP address with the 6 hexadecimal digits 01005E. So we bring this 110 in binary, replace it in MAC address to be 01005E. Step number 3, replace the next 5 bits with binary 0. So now here hexadecimal and here binary. The next 5 bits will be 0. So we are not mapping the first 9 bits in the IP address to anything in MAC address. It is always fixed. Every time we write a MAC address for a given IPv4 multicast address, it will start with 01005E, then the first bit here in the second octet will be 0. So step number 4 is to copy the last 23 bits of the binary IP address in the last 23 bits in the MAC address, which is here. It is the same, 00001, the same, 0s10 and 0s11, exactly the same. So here we have 24 in hexadecimal, plus 1 here, plus 23. The total is 48 bits, right? Then we need to convert the second part of the MAC address, this one here, which is in binary, to hexadecimal. Here we have 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3. And last thing is to combine the two parts together, which will be 01005E 010203. Again, the last 23 bits here mapped to the MAC address. The first 25 bits are fixed 01005E in hexadecimal, replacing the 4 bits. Then we have the next 5 bits mapped to 0. Or you can consider the first 9 bits here replaced with 01005E and 0 in binary here, if you like to do that in one step. Let's have another example. 228.10.24.7. First step is to convert the IP to binary. At least you need to convert the second, third, and last octet to binary, because this one here will be always replaced with the 01005E. And this one will be fixed to 0, right? Here we have the 23 bits. And then we have 01005E, 0, 23 bits, then convert to hexadecimal. This one will be converted as 1 digit, right? You always include this 0. Then we have A1807. So the 228.10.24.7 will have MAC address 01005E, 0A, 18, and 07. Another example, 230.255.1.2. Convert to binary. Then the first 4 bits will be 01005E in hexadecimal in the MAC address. The next 5 bits will be 0, and the last 23 bits will be used exactly the same. Then when we convert to hexadecimal, remember this one here is 1 digit, so including the fixed 0 here. 0111 is 7, then F0102. Okay? Notes here, and keep in mind this MAC address for the next example. Here we have 230, 255.1.2. The MAC address is 01005E 7F0102. Okay? So 7F0102. Next example, 239, 127.1.2. Okay? 239 in binary is this, and 127, here we have 0 and all ones, then 1, 2. Okay? The first part, 01005E, is fixed. Then this bit will be always 0, right? Then we have the last 23 bits as it is. If you compare this with the previous example, we got the same MAC address because this bit here is always 0, right? 01005E7F0102. And that brings us to the multicast MAC overlap topic. Note that in the previous two examples, one multicast MAC address was mapped to multiple different multicast IP addresses. 230, 255.10, and 239, 127.1.2. Both of them map to the same MAC address. Why this has happened? Because the fixed bit number 25, is always 0. Here it is 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, right? And here it is 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So this bit here always map to 0, which make these two IP addresses very similar to each other. Keep in mind, the first octet is always replaced with 01005E. So only the last 23 bits make the difference, right? Multiple IPv4 multicast group addresses must map to the same multicast MAC address. By definition, for every one MAC address, there is 32 IP multicast addresses mapped to that multicast MAC address. And to understand why it's 32 IPs, look at this here. This is the multicast range 224/4. We have fixed bits here, 1110. Then we have 5 different bits here unmapped in the MAC address. Here we have the 23 bits mapped to the MAC address, and only 5 bits here create the combinations. You can see from 000 to 111 is a 16 combinations with 0. Then another 16 combinations with 1 here. 16 plus 16 will be 32 IPs, right? So the last 23 bits in the multicast IP address must be unique in order to have one-to-one MAC address mapping. For a multicast host, this overlap means that if its NIC card is programmed to listen to a particular multicast MAC address, it could receive frames for multiple other multicast groups. For example, imagine that a source is active on a LAN segment and is generating multicast group traffic to 230, 255.1.2 and 239, 127.1.2. The same source is streaming in these two groups. Both are mapped to the same MAC address, which is this one here, right? If the host is interested only in the packets from the first group here, it cannot differentiate the other different groups at layer 2. All the frames are passed to a higher layer where the uninterested frames get discarded, while the interesting frames are sent to the application for processing. The 32:1 ratio overlap must be considered when deciding on multicast group addressing scheme. And last thing to mention is it's also recommended to avoid using groups like x.0.0.y or x.128.0.1. .0.y because the multicast MAC address for such IPv4 multicast groups overlaps with the 224.00x, which is the local network control block we talked about. So I mean by x00y and x128.0y like 239.0.0.1 or .2 or anything. This will have the MAC address of 224.0.0.1, right? Or here 239.128.0.1, the same thing, because 128 is just like 0. 10000000. This is 128 in binary, and we know this bit is always mapped to 0, right? I hope it was a useful lecture. Thank you for watching.